Hello and welcome to the Winning Post. I'm Mohit Lalwani. Plenty on this show today, including a look ahead to the Poonawalla Breeders MultiMillion, the Grade 1 race over 7 furlongs, India's most prestigious and richest race for juveniles. But before we go there, let's take a look back. Let's rewind, go back to, well, what possibly was all the clubs coming together for one bar night at the racecourse.
The RWITC played host to all the leading and most prestigious clubs in Mumbai in the first ever race day of its kind, the All Clubs Day, where each of the participating clubs had a race named after it. The day started with the Otters Club Trophy. The Otters Club race was a Class 1 race run over 1,000 metres and had a field of 3 horses. Xander, in the silks of Mr. Jaydev Modi, trained by Naushir Kama, with Yashna Redu in the saddle. Xander, in the silks of Jaydev Modi, is from Naushir Kama's yard and on this occasion had Yashna Redu in the saddle. Mine Forever, in the silks of Dr. Cyrus Poonawalla, is from Pacey Shroff's yard and would on this occasion have the services of Pete Trevor in the saddle. Given Mine Forever's speed and the fact that he was very well suited to this trip made him a tough contender to beat.
They are off and racing for the Otters Club Trophy, and even dispatched from the gates by all the 3. And as they settle down to race, Xander is in the front, a length and a half in front of Deep Diver in second position, and the length and a half further back there's Mine Forever as they pass the 800. Coming up on the outside with about 350 meters more to run, and it's Xander under the stick now being challenged on the outside by Deep Diver, and these two are fighting it out. Mine Forever has got 2 lengths to cover with about 200 meters more to run. It's Xander still in front from Deep Diver, putting his nose in front now, and Mine Forever galloping fast on the outside, but it's Mine Forever on the outside and Deep Diver. Mine Forever finishing on very well here, winning it by about neck in front of Deep Diver, finishing up second. Xander is third as the race passes the finish.
Not surprisingly, Mine Forever raised the Poonawalla colours in the smallest field of the day. It was the experienced Trevor who judged the race and brought it to a rather heart-pounding finish. The punters were made to wait until the last stride to collectively let out a roar of victory, with Mine Forever charging in, clearing a 2-length plus deficit to collar Deep Diver at the shadow of the winning post.
Usually she takes a flyer jump and she's always in 1-2. Today she was much relaxed and she was settled down beautifully on third from 3 horses. And coming to shit, both horses shifted out and I got an advantage to come from in. The moment I pulled her out, gave her 2 cracks and she did what she had to. The moment I came close to them from the outside, I knew I can just make it, I'll win it. The moment I came close to the next house, I was quite comfortable and easy on her.
Next up was the Amateur Riders Club Trophy. Now the ARC, as it's fondly called, was established in the year 1942 and is one of the oldest and largest private civilian riding clubs in India. A race of 2,400 meters, which had been framed for the Amateurs Riders Club Trophy, had 7 horses running in it who were in the paddock to leave for the starting gates. It was a step up in trip for phenomenal memory, and more patient tactics saw him run an excellent close second to Jigsaw last time out. He had been working well since then, trained by Dallas Todiwala, and had S. Zervan partnering him as the jockey.
Starters orders and away they go for the Amateurs Riders Club Trophy. And on settling down, it's Dan Debonair taking it up there from Lavender Blue. Then there is Phenomenal Memory on the outside, being tucked on the inside there, Striking Story.
On the outside there is Dance Debonair, then comes Personified Striking Story with about 300 meters more to run, and it's Phenomenal Memory now who takes it up from Lavender Blue, fighting back on the inside race, and these are about 2.5 lengths in front of Dance Debonair. Then there is Personify, but going in the final furlong now, it's Phenomenal Memory about a length and a half, 2 lengths in front of Lavender Blue. Phenomenal Memory going away by about 2 lengths from Lavender Blue, finishing up second. Josh takes the 3rd spot.
It was finally Phenomenal Memory who made rapid progress and outlasted the rest to win with a steaming finish to spoil the party for the favourite Lavender Blue.
The boy rode a brilliant race. He just sat off the pace which we instructed him to, and he bided his time very well, and he just came at the right time to come and win it. Horse stays well.
It's a long time that we won with this horse. We asked him to keep the horse, settle him down, kept him at the back, and he rode a wonderful race, and the horse responded.
The Willingdon Sports Club Trophy was up next. Now, the Willingdon Sports Club is located in the heart of the city, right opposite the racecourse, and is one of the old clubs from the British era. This race for 3-year-old maiden Indian horses over a distance of 1,000 meters would have 8 horses in the fray. First up, Miss Arazan, unlucky to be surprised, close to home when looking for a winner on debut, and she did set the form standard here. There were expectations for her to improve from the experience, and she looked like a strong fancy to go one better now. This filly is from the yard of Malesh Naredu and was ridden by Yash Naredu. Next up was Chili Chili, a debutant with a nice pedigree who'd been showing out well in the morning trials and did look a speedy sort on paper. Chili Chili looked fit in the paddock and ready for his debut run to make a winning debut.
Gates open and away they go. Being a little lethargic, there is Pugnacious, Be Bold, and Riot of Colours gets a good jump from El Tycoon on the outside. In the centre, One Aim in the golden brown, making a forward move, Be Bold. But it is One Aim has gone to the front. It's about 2 lengths ahead of Riot of Colours. After that is Chili Chili suddenly running erratic, and Miss Arazan is travelling widest of all on the stand side, but One Aim is well clear of Miss Arazan. One Aim winning this one quite impressively from Arazan. Chili Chili third with the money. Then there's Riot of Colours after the Spiridon.
One Aim was focused to the task and went into the lead smoothly on entering the straight. Jockey Sandesh just needed to give the Karthik trainee a tap with a whip, and One Aim skipped away fluently to stretch away from them all and clinch the trophy in style.
Well, he jumped out a little slow, but when he got into his stride, he was travelling comfortably. And at the top of the straight, he looked a winner, and he accelerated very well, and he's a good little fellow. Around the bend, he was travelling very well. Well, there's $1 million coming up the second week of March, so we'll give him a shot in that.
My horse, One Aim, is a very good horse because he ran a first time, he finished 4th, and his line was very good because winner was Accolade, second WTI's third and he finished 4th. And this race very comfortable to me because that horses they proved Accolade also and WTI's, they won 2 races, group races. And this is very comfortable to me, this race. That's why I'm very confident before the race also. And in the race, during the race, I sat second position and top of the I kick on. He kicks and kick on, and I very comfortable 5.5 lines is good victory. Round turn, I was very confident because my horse traveling so nicely on the bridle. Thus I'm comfortable there only because speed also is little okay. Okay.
Well, on that note, it's time for a short break. We'll come back with lots more. Don't go anywhere. You're watching The Winning Post. Welcome back to The Winning Post. Moving right along, 2 evenings of horse racing at the Mahalakshmi Racecourse. Sunday and the Audi Million was next.
The Red Buttons plate for 3-year-old maidens had only 5 horses in the field for a race to be run over 1,600 meters or a mile. Himalaya from Imtiaz Seth's yard had S. Zerwan in the saddle. This horse is highly regarded by his connections and was entered in the Asian Racing Federation Trophy on just his second career start, which he understandably found tough. This, however, looked much easier in comparison, and Himalaya had shown promising work in the lead-up to this race. Pete Trevor picked up the ride on Ridgewood Star, saddled by Dallas Todiwala. This horse ran a forward race on debut over a trip that might have been slightly sharp, so he would appreciate the more galloping trip. He came into this race likely to improve from his previous run and was strongly fancied. Star Comrade possibly set the form standard on his second to Arak over 7 furlongs on debut, and he too was very highly campaigned in his subsequent starts. This looked a much easier task and would probably be the form pick to score.
And they're away and racing for the opening race of the afternoon, which is the Red Buttons Plate. Quite an even dispatch has been all the 5 runners, and Star Comrade is the leader from Ridgewood Star up on the outside. And it's going to be Himalaya on the stand side from Igus Tiger on the far side. Then there's Ridgewood Star, but Himalaya by neck in front of Igus Tiger, battling back on the far side. It's Himalaya from Igus Tiger, Himalaya from Igus Tiger, Himalaya from Igus Tiger, Himalaya by a neck in front of Igus Tiger. Himalaya makes it from Igus Tiger. Far away third is Ridgewood Star.
Himalaya earned his maiden victory with a determined effort, and jockey Zervan had to put in all his energy to fight off a stubborn effort from Igus Tiger. Zervan helped convert the effort to a successful one by urging the Imtiaz Seth ward relentlessly to prevail by a neck.
He's a maiden still. He has a staying pedigree. He's running a mile. He thought of jumping out, giving him a bit of a chance, and I hope there would be a nice pace in the race so that, we can use his staying ability to the maximum. So there was a good pace in the race. Sat aram se, gave him a bit of a chance. Came out in the straight. He took a bit of time to get galloping, but he's a good horse. Came out and won. So lucky. The verdict was pretty close. I think it was just about a neck separating the two of us. So nothing was decided. Anything can happen at the last moment also, since the horses are running so close. So I just hope that he would manage to keep his head and neck in front till the post.
The Revelation Double Stakes over 1,200 meters had 7 horses that entered the parade ring for this Class 2 race. Egyptiana, bred at the Paramveer stud, trained by Hosidar Daji, had S.J. Sunil in the saddle. He looked very good in form and fit to find a winning moment here, especially after his last outing, which was an 8th placed finish in January this year. Himalayan Queen from Kuji Katrak's yard clearly needed the run last time out in a higher class when finishing on late to be 5th. She looked good in the paddock and was a leading fancy to score despite top weight. She had Suraj Naredu riding her.
They are off and racing for the Revelation Double Stakes. A fairly even break at the gates by all the runners. And as they settle down to race, Joshua hits the front from Itzcaro coming over on the outside to join Joshua. And it's Himalayan Queen now being strongly challenged on the outside by Egyptian. And these two are pulled away from Itzcaro is beaten. After that, there is Wild Waves on the outside with about 150 meters more to run. And it is Egyptiana about a length and a quarter in the front of fast finishing Wild Waves. It is Egyptiana from Wild Waves and Himalayan Queen. It's Egyptiana who just about sticks ahead.
Egyptiana put in a scorching gallop to clinch a close 4-way finish in the most thrilling fashion. With apprentice S.J. Sunil in the saddle, Egyptiana came charging in and headed Himalayan Queen in the final furlong to carve out a narrow win.
फर्स्ट गेट जम लिया और थर्ड फोर्थ मतलब बैठने के लिए बोले थे, तो फोर्थ बैठ गया मैं। तो इम्प्रूव करते करते उसको अंदर में रेलिंग में बैठ गया था, तो इम्प्रूव करके और इम्प्रूव करा था। तो मेरे ट्रेनर ने बोला था क्या थर्ड फोर्थ इम्प्रूव करके बाहर से निकल के राइडर आउट करने के लिए, फिर राइडर आउट को चाबुक मारने के लिए बोले थे। लास्ट फॉलोंग चाबुक मारने के लिए फॉलोंग, तो मैं चाबुक मार के लास्ट में घोड़ा आया था, लेकिन पुश करके और राइडिंग करके और ये किया राइडिंग की और मैं जीत गया। जब भी विनिंग पोस्ट आया ना तभी घोड़े आए थे, जब भी उसका गर्दन रख दिया घोड़े ने तो मैं लगा कि जीत गया मैं, नहीं तो मेरे को लगा नहीं था कि मैं जीता। सब घोड़े आ गए थे साथ में, मैं और एक चाबुक मारा, फिर मैं लगा जीत गया मैं कर।
The Audi Juvenile Multi Million saw 8 3-year-olds enter the parade ring for this 1,200 meter challenge to battle it out for the spoils that were a grand 2 million rupees. Serenita, trained by Shiraz Sundarji with P. Trevor astride, was unfancied on debut in the Gulas Poonawalla Million, but came with a strong late run to peg back Lady Danehill and win convincingly. Krieger from the Poonawalla Stud Farm in the silks of Dr. M.A.M. Ramaswamy saddled by Arvind G and ridden by A. Sandesh, had finished a dismal 10th last time out over 7 furlongs in January this year. He was looking to vastly improve from that run.
Gates open and away they go for the Audi Juvenile Multi Million. Quite a fair start. This is by all the 8 runners. Serenita is the leader from Makino. Krieger quickly up on the outside from the outside draw. Lady Danehill is in second spot, and Serenita is the one now making a forward move, widest of all. Domination is rallying on the far side, but Krieger still hands on heels, 3/4 of a length ahead. Serenita is the one galloping up on the outside. Widest of all is Eternal Sunshine. It's Krieger from a Serenita, Krieger and Serenita, Krieger and Serenita, Krieger, Serenita.
Krieger was neglected in the betting but proved a tough customer when the race came to a boil. He took off at the start and was well in command entering the home stretch. Sandesh rode his heart out, particularly in the final few meters, as Toad Fancy Serenita and long shot Eternal Sunshine started breathing down his neck. The trio was involved in a close finish, but Sandesh's strong handling and Krieger's valiant effort saw them prevail in a thrilling finish.
Well, it's my brother's horse. He's put in a lot of hard work. He was brave enough to bring him to Bombay. And he was right. He's one of the best colts when it comes to a 6 furlong. Let's see. He needs a deserved break. He'll go back to Bangalore now and start Bangalore summer.
Yeah, Krieger he's a very good horse. He won in first outing in Bangalore, a very difficult track in Bangalore. He uphill and he go and he went and he won by comfortably in Bangalore. And his form also very good there because they finished second horse. They won twice 1 million races in Bangalore. This race for he's very comfortable. I went to the front and he's loafing because first time he running in the night racings. And last winning post, very blanket finish. I am also very confused who win the race. That's why this result is come out and he won the race. And his future also very good because now he's still baby. He's running like a green little bit. He goes also very good races for up to the mile. He's very good horse.
Well, it's time for a short break. We'll come back. There was a felicitation of India's, richest racehorse in its history, Quasar. We'll come back, catch up with the trainer in just a moment. Welcome back to the winning post. Now, one horse who's, just gone from strength to strength here in India and become India's richest prize earner ever is Quasar. In fact, one would have to rate him as amongst the greatest ever. Well, he was felicitated on Sunday, and looking ahead 2 weeks from now to the Invitation Cup, where he will take on Be Safe again and renew rivalries with him, as well as take on the Classic Crop. It'll be an interesting test of attrition for him, I should say. But till such time, let's take a look at how his trainer enjoyed the celebration.
I would like to thank RWDC for recognizing Quasar's achievements, and it is every professional's dream to have a horse like Quasar, and I'm lucky and thank to Almighty to have Quasar in my yard. Quasar has won almost 16 races. He's given all the pleasure to all of us, and he is the winner of last year's Invitation Cup, as everybody knows. And it was quite controversy race, and he has proved the Naradu families again and again by winning all the victories in all the races which he's run after that. And he is now going for the second attempt for the Invitation Cup, and we're just hoping and keeping our fingers crossed that he achieves the last target he has, because he's going after this, he's retiring to the stud. I'd like to thank my brother Satish. Because of him, Quasar is in my stable. He's the one who has chosen him from that 30-40 horses which were there, and he is a guy who felt that this is a Bombay horse. Bombay track will suit him much better than the Bangalore track, and he was the last horse in my yard to come, and I have to really request the owners to buy, and Mr. Modi and Mr. Patankar and Mr. Tanmay Agashe was kind enough to have him, and what a horse he turned out to be. The best horse I think for a long time people have seen. He is a winner of 3 derbies. He won the Pune derby first with Suraj Up, and then we planned him to take the Calcutta, which he went and won the 2000 guineas over there with Suraj, and then the Calcutta derby. And it was Suraj who convinced the owners that we must take him to Hyderabad. It was just on this way to Bombay, though it was a very short time, but we achieved in that. We won the 3rd derby, which is very rare to see a horse winning 3 derbies, and Kausar is the one who won 3 derbies and the 3 St. Legers, so which and so many group races. So he holds a record for himself, as everybody knows, and we are very proud of him.
And we'll bring you the results of that Invitation Cup right here on the winning post. But looking ahead now to this weekend, it is the Poonawalla Breeders Multi-Million. Accolade from Pacey Shroff's yard will take on Bold March from Ganpati's yard, as well as St. Andrews from Basin Chinoy's. Well, Devoted Eyes from Kuji Kathrux won't be running because she's not entered, but I can tell you it's going to be a cracker of a race. Here's how some of those are preparing going into this one.
The Poonawalla Breeders Multi-Million is this Sunday, and for the juveniles, this is without doubt their biggest race of their freshman season. Dr. Vijay Mallya's Accolade will be the horse to beat, and he was among some who went their final pieces of work on Thursday. He went with Baker Street and easily held off his companion, coming home over the 1,200-meter trip in 1 minute and 23 seconds. Bold March and Dr. Ramaswamy Silks won the Breeders' Produce Stakes, and Bold March with Sandesh on worked with flashing honour, galloping the 5 furlongs in 1.07 and finishing strongly to do the last 600 metres in 38 seconds. He started 5 lengths behind and finished level. While Carbonara worked with Porto Benus and Spontaneous Eddie for the same trip in 1.09, finishing 2 lengths ahead.
And our selections for this one are Accolade, St. Andrews, Bold March. Till I see you on the winning post, thank you for joining me. Do follow me on Twitter. Till the next time, goodbye. And as always, may the horse be with you.